Let's get some background on the Breonna Taylor case. It started back in March. Louisville police officers were serving a warrant on Taylor's home because they suspected she was receiving packages of drugs for her ex-boyfriend. Her current boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot at the officers, wounding one. He said he started shooting because he heard knocking but didn't know who was entering the home. Officers serving the warrant returned fire. 7 of those bullets hit Taylor, killing her. Officers did not find drugs in the home. Now a grand jury has decided to charge any of those officers with the killing. They decided not to. One was indicted for wanton endangerment for shooting bullets into a neighboring home. Now, Taylor's family calling the lack of charges outrageous and offensive. Tonight, we hear from a leader in the Tucson black community. Here's 9 on your side's Liz Caballero.
Dr. Damon Holt, a civil rights activist and local pastor, says the black community is hurting. He says justice was not served for Breonna Taylor.
It is a blow to our community.
While the lack of charges were disappointing to him, he says these actions, or lack thereof, were to be expected.
We're more surprised when we see an indictment and people are hauled off in cuffs, just as the same standard we hold civilians.
Holt says the decision in the Breonna Taylor case is like a slap in the face and assures it's sending out a hurtful message to the community of color.
It's also traumatizing to our communities because we feel like we can't get safe.
Though he assures positive change can come of this and believes it starts with social justice training for law enforcement.
Racism is bigger than ideology. It's a structure. It is an institution. It is a system that is in place to marginalize and disenfranchise people for generations.
He also says there needs to be change in how officers are investigated.
I think that there needs to be some type of new independent policy that police officers cannot investigate themselves.
Here's his message to a community that finds itself wondering if justice will ever be served.
Do not faint in the midst of the fight. It's still not over. There's a chance that if we make enough noise and we do peaceful protests and continue to speak truth to power, there's been times where cases have been reopened again. But after protesting, you got to start looking at how do we change and impact policies.
Luz Caballero, Kagan 9 on your side.